Hey guys and girls, how you doing? I hope you're well. It's Gaz from Forever Strong Fitness and Performance, and every now and again what we like to do is to spotlight one of our gym members who've done exceptionally well and just find a little bit really about how they've done it, what they've done, you know, those magic secrets and those magic pills that everyone keeps raving about that are clearly needed to lose weight and feel great about yourself and get more confidence. And this time around, we've got Mark Dixon. Mark is, how old, Mark?
48.
48, so a young whippersnapper. And basically what we'll do now is we'll just go through a little bit of Mark's story. So, Mark, if I know when you came to us, you'd already lost a bit of weight already. How much weight had you lost?
I lost 4 stone.
Okay, so you came to us in September 2016?
Yeah.
Okay, so, and you've now been with us 9 months. When did you decide to go on your fat loss journey and your weight loss journey? At what point did you decide you wanted to make a change?
It went back to Christmas Eve 2015 when I got on the scales at home and was scared to see it weighed in at 24.5 stone.
24.5 stone. Just for context, how tall are you?
6'6".
6'6". Okay, so you're 24.5 stone, 6'6". What was that like moving around?
It was hard work.
Okay.
It was very, very hard work.
Getting in cars?
Getting in and out of cars was hard work. When you went on holiday, walking around, it was hard work. I'd put it down to the heat, but in hindsight, it was because I was fat.
Okay, so you decided to make that change. So what was the journey like at that point? What did you do?
I just changed around my whole eating. Well, I tried to. I cut back on a lot of things, cut my calories right down, and started to go to one of the sort of main chain gyms.
Okay, when you say you cut your calories right down, what was it, like an extreme, or did you just go
I started having a lot more protein shakes. So instead of having a McDonald's breakfast, I replaced that with a protein shake. Then I try and have a snack a few hours later. Then I have a protein shake or some chicken for lunch, and then having a healthy meal on an evening.
Okay, and you, I think you remember. I remember you telling me back when we spoke on the phone back in September. You were doing Herbalife or something?
Yeah.
As well. Okay, and you saw some good results with all that.
I did. When I look back, it was their sort of system is a one size fits all, and it doesn't. It's very good to begin with, and like you always say, you can't do everything 100%. And yeah, you know, the first month I think I dropped 26 pounds in the first month.
Wow.
So the weight came off very, very easily, as it always does when you make a change. But then you sort of hit that plateau. You get to that stage when you're thinking, I've been really good all the time, I want to eat something normal, and then you start to plateau.
But so some people say, oh my God, yeah, 26 pounds a stone, I'll take that every day of the week. But you, like you said, you weren't eating normally. How did you feel at that point?
I felt good initially, because obviously, you know, the weight's coming off and people are noticing that you've lost weight and people are saying that you're looking really well, etc. So that sort of spurs you on. But then you sort of hit that point where I sort of plateaued, because I'd said to myself, I wanted to lose 6 stone. And then I'd got to 4 stone and just couldn't shift it. Some weeks a couple of pounds would go on and then it would come off. I just couldn't get past that 4 stone barrier.
Okay. And what point in time in 2016 was this?
That was probably about the beginning of summer, probably about June. By about June last year, I'd probably dropped 4 stone. Okay. And then I couldn't shift anything else, and if anything, I'd put a couple of pounds back on.
Getting frustrated?
Getting very annoyed, and as I already said earlier, I tried a personal trainer who was worse than useless.
Who let you down?
And disappeared, owing me some money.
Really? It's a shame about people in the industry to do that, but you get that. You get that in any industry,
yes.
I suppose. So Forever Strong kept popping up on your news feed, did it?
Yes, it did, yeah.
How long did it take you from seeing that on the news feed to taking some action?
Probably about 3 months. I saw it, and again, because if it's something that you don't know about, you sort of think to yourself, okay. So I tried a personal trainer at a big chain gym, because you always think, yeah, you've got some accountability, but in effect they're self-employed and they couldn't care less when you told them. And I thought, well, I'll give it a try. And I spoke to you on the phone, and you seemed to sound like what you were talking about. And I was surprised when you said, I want to come and meet you to see if you're okay to come to my gym. Which is sort of, because usually people just want your money. And I like that, so I thought, right, okay. Came here, staggered up the 97 steps. I looked round and thought, yeah, we'll give this a try.
Okay, we've not looked back since?
No, we haven't.
No. So, okay, so what have you enjoyed about the gym?
I like the group concept, which I didn't think I would like. It's great that you come in and you train with people and everybody encourages everybody else. There's no egos. Nobody's coming in with tight t-shirts saying, look how big I am, look how great I am, look how pretty I am. Everybody comes in, everybody's here for the same thing, and everybody encourages everybody else, and it's really, really good.
So people come in, put a shift in,
yeah,
work hard together, and the motivation you get from the others is
it's great. Yeah, it spurs me on. Yeah, you know, I like to think I motivate a few people, and in turn, people motivate me. And when you see some of the stories, and when you see with your own eyes how people have changed. You know, there's people here that if you saw a before and after picture in the paper, you'd think it'd been photoshopped. You'd think, you know, that's not right, that can't have happened.
Yours included?
Well, not so much myself, but you know, you've seen, you know, especially some of the ladies, you can see some massive differences, and you'd think to yourself, that's not happened here, but you've seen it with your own two eyes. You've come and seen them week in, week out, and you've seen, you know, that they've done that.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
And it's, you know, what would you put it down to? You know, everyone. Lots and lots of people out there are looking for that secret. You know, every time in these things, you like find my 3 secret things to do this. My 4, you know, must have lots kept away secrets. What's the magic behind it all?
I think the magic behind you have to put a lot of work in. Yourself coming here is 20% of the equation. The other 80% you've got to do yourself by eating right, putting in the shift when you come in. I think, you know, some people think you can just turn up 3 days a week and it's going to magically come off. Yeah, you'll get fitter, but you'll not get lean or you'll not lose weight if you're not eating properly and living your life properly.
Okay, so you're talking there about eating properly, living your life properly, saying you're doing, you know, the 80% you've got to do yourself, but you find, is there support available to, you know, do you feel that we support you?
Definitely, you know, you're always at the other end of the phone, and on the portal there's that much information there, which, you know, I've been through some of it, but I've not even sort of touched on it fully yet, if I'm honest. But the bits that I've done and the bits that you've told me, you know, and certainly when we first started, there was that weekly email, that weekly text, how you doing, any problems and things, which is really good, which you don't get anywhere else. You know, you start anywhere else, they take your money, the direct debit. The only time you hear from them is if you say you're going to leave, or if you don't pay your direct debit. It's the only time you hear from them. You know, a lot of other gyms couldn't care less. All they want is your money, whereas you come here and you actually care and you actually pride yourself on getting results, which is good.
And that's what we do,
yeah.
Get results.
Definitely.
Okay, so your time with us, how much weight have you lost?
I've lost another 2 stone,
okay.
But certainly, if you looked at my pictures before I started and after, you'd think I'd lost another 4 stone, because I've got very lean and I've certainly put a lot of muscle on.
Yeah.
Since then, just by certainly eating properly and adhering to that, eating properly 80% of the time.
And a lot of people they get hooked up on the scales, but you know, if you are you know, you lose body fat. If you're building muscle at the same time,
yeah,
the scales are not going to be a true reflection. So 2 stone doesn't sound like a lot, but you know, you've definitely grown in size. Your legs have definitely grown, and you said about the eating and that. You know, people again think if they've got to strip weight, they've got to eat like a bird. They've got to eat tiny. Do you feel like you've been eating tiny, or?
No, you know, which is the bit that sort of surprised me. And obviously been quite tall anyway, and, you know, and still weighing a reasonable amount. You know, I can still eat a lot of calories, and some days I struggle to eat my calories. You know, my wife Jane will tell you this. You know, I get to the end of the day and I'm looking at my fitness pal and thinking, I've still got to get 500-600 calories down me, and I need to, because if I don't, I worry that I'm going to lose muscle mass. I know I've got to feed the body, because I've made that mistake in the past by not eating enough, and then the body thinks you're starving it. So when you start eating again, it just holds on to everything. So, you know, certainly eating well, you can eat well and be full all day, definitely.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Great stuff. And so, how, you know, these 2 stone, you got extra muscle mass, you feel stronger, you feel fitter, you're leaner. 48. What fitness levels are you like now compared to when you were younger?
Like I said, I've probably haven't been as fit as this since I was playing a lot of sport, probably in my mid-20s. That's probably the last time I can look back and think, well, I was probably fitter then, but certainly since then. And even my mother has seen me in gym, and she says, you look like how you used to look when you were playing rugby in your 20s. So my mum doesn't lavish praise.
So how does that make you feel?
Feels good, you know, and you certainly feel sort of good about yourself, and you know, and people who haven't seen me for a while are always shocked to say, oh goodness me, you've lost weight. And people follow you on Facebook, and then when they see you in the flesh, they think, oh my God, you've lost weight, how have you done it? You know, and then you sort of tell them you sort of go to the gym, and people are saying, what's this Forever Strong like? Because I'm always checking in on this, what's it like? And you sort of tell them about it, and they're saying, oh, is that why you've done it? I said, yeah, that's a large part why I've done it, but a large part of it you've got to do yourself. Yeah. I think that's probably the biggest thing I'd say to people, that a lot of the onus is on yourself. If you don't eat properly, you can't out exercise a bad diet. I've tried.
A lot of people either sign up to a diet or sign up to a gym, and they think magically they're just going to get fitter, stronger, leaner. And unless they're willing to put the effort in themselves, you know, I'm not going to lie to anybody, unless they're willing to actually commit, focus on what they're doing, hold themselves accountable, they're never going to succeed. It's as simple as that. And I'm a great believer in that. Yes, you know, the likes of us can hold people accountable, and we can support and guide and give all the encouragement we want, but if a person can't stop putting Big Macs in their mouths, then they're never going to achieve what they want to achieve. Okay, so you know, your results have been great, your performances have been great, everything's worked nicely, you know, and you've got yourself in a great position back in your life. If you would say one thing to the audience out there, or anyone that's listening or watching, on whether they were probably either thinking about Forever Strong or somewhere else, you know, to make a change, what would you say to them?
So you got to go for it. You're never too old. You know, I look at myself at 40 as being old, but I'm by no stretch of the imagination the oldest one here. You know, there's people older than me who are coming in and tearing it up and getting really, really great results. And it's one of these where you get what you put in. And it's a good part, and it's a good concept. I think if you can come somewhere where you'll get exactly what you put in, and that's great. And I've got exactly what I put into it.
Yeah, you've put a ton of work in. So, you should be rightly proud of your results that you've achieved. And thanks for bringing Jane along as well, because what you actually did, again, for the people watching or listening, you dragged your wife along.
Yeah, which is I still think that's the biggest miracle of all, because she's never ever set foot in the gym. And when I said to her, look, you need to come along, no, not coming. And then I think after a few weeks, and I think she must have seen the difference in me and the difference in my attitude and how I was. And I said, look, you know, I'll give you a week's trial. So it's not going to cost you anything to put your trainer in something and come along. And with great reluctance, she sort of came along, and she loved it. She's like, right, I'll sign up, and you know, and now, you know, she'll come along, and she'll come along when I can't come at the same time as her, which is a real step forward, where, you know, she'll happily go if I'm away for work and I can't come till the evening. She'll get up in the morning and go, which is just in itself, it's a miracle.
Yeah, she's seen some great results too as well.
Yes, she has, yeah.
Which is amazing. It's been interesting to see her journey as well, actually, because when she first turned up, it was black, you know, sports kit, and then as she's got more confident, as the body shape's changed, the outfits have got more colourful, and it's just a reflection on mood.
Yes.
You know, she's happy. She's obviously happier. She's more sprightly, and she was saying to me the other day, actually, how it's you know, how she interacts with her congregation has changed as well. Yeah. She's that much happier and more confident and about herself, which is just awesome. Okay, well, so what's the future hold for you? Well, for those that don't know, Mark's unfortunately leaving us because he's moving away out of the area, which is a great shame, because I'd love to keep him in the gym, and Jane for for a long time to come. But what's the future going to hold, mate?
I'm going to have to find a mainline gym to go to occasionally. I've invested in some kettlebells, and you know I've already got a daily routine that I do at home anyway. So I'll just look to sort of expand on that, and I know that I'm going to miss that 20% that I get here, but I know that 80% of what happens is in my hands, and it's what I put in my mouth. 80% of that is there. So.
Sure. And you talked about, you just touched on your daily routine there, and I nearly forgot. You know what people talk about daily routines and stuff. And how did that come about? Was that via the conversations that we were having towards the start?
Well, I mean, it was a lot of what you said about being doing little and being consistent and doing things little and building on them. And we had a sort of press up challenge at the back end of last year to see how many press ups we could start at and finish at the back end of last year. And I know certainly prior to starting here, even though I lost 4 stone, I couldn't do 10 press ups. And then I set myself a target on the 1st of November. I'll start and I'll do 1 press up every day and see if I can get to. Initially, I thought, well, I'll see if I can get to 50. Then I got to day 50 and thought, oh, I can keep on going. I thought, well, let's try day 100. So I got to 100, and then I got to 102, then got bored with it. So, on days that I come to the gym, I do 50. On days that I don't come to the gym, I do 60 or 75, and then on the first day of every month, I still do 100. Yeah. Just so I can say to myself, I can still do 100 press-ups in one go. And that certainly definitely helped as well. And every morning getting up, no matter where I am in the country, if I'm in Norwich or London or Northampton or in a hotel room, I get up in the morning a bit earlier, get up, do some stretches, do some squats, do some press-ups. It's just all part of my daily routine now.
Yeah, and you find that helps with mobility, flexibility?
It does, and I think certainly it sort of sets the mood for the day as well. I can get up in the morning, and while I'm doing that, I can think about what I've got on for the work and for the day ahead while I'm doing that, and it does give me opportunity to sort of clear my mind. So in my mind, no matter even if I'm coming to the gym in the morning or I'm coming later, I've already set my mind for the day. I've done something constructive for the day already straight out of bed.
Yeah. Okay. Great stuff. And that'd be a great piece of advice actually, just to finish on, is to say to people that, if you're doing something first thing in the morning is great, because it provides you with a number of things. It provides you with discipline. It aids whatever you decide to do, whether it be yoga, whether it be plank, whether it just be some form of reading, making your bed, something like that. Having a routine, and it doesn't need to be secret. It doesn't need to be special. The word routine just means you do it every day. And if you do some form of flexibility, stroke mobility, i.e. if you struggle to get down into a squat position, then just work on getting into the squat position. If you struggle with strength, then build your strength in your core, build your strength in your press-ups, and just gradually, day by day, try and get better. Don't try and be that all or nothing kind of person that everyone seems to want to be these days, because it only works for about 2% of the population. Most people are average. Let's accept the fact that we're average. Let's celebrate the fact we're average, really. But work on that, really, and just aim to get better and better and better and better. And all of a sudden, we go from being average to being good, and then from being good to being great. It doesn't come without effort. It doesn't come without hard work, and it doesn't come without commitment and consistency, as Mark has shown and proved. So thanks very much, Mark. Thanks for your time. We're going to miss you at the gym. Definitely.
I'll miss being here. Really miss it.
Oh, mate, making me emotional. So anyway, guys and girls, thanks very much. If you are watching this and you have made it to this point, or you're listening to it because I've turned it into an audio clip, then I am offering you a 3 weeks trial. Normally a week's trial is only open to those friends and families of members within the gym. As soon as you got to this point, and you've probably spent 20 minutes glued to the screen, thank you very much. It's appreciated. I'm offering you a 3 weeks trial. Email gaz@beforeverstrong.co.uk. That's gaz@beforeverstrong.co.uk. And if you're watching on video, there should be a link that's appeared, or at least an email address that's appeared on the screen, and we'll get in touch. We'll have a chat on the phone, see what your goals are, and we can see then if we can help you. And if we can, we'll get you in, and we'll get you rock and rolling, get you part of the community, and I am sure you will love it. So thank you very much. Cheers for watching. You have a great day now. Bye bye.